All right, I'm gonna call this one "No Whites Allowed" because this is absolutely to all the melanated people across the world, especially the African Americans. Now, trust me, this is my opinion. This is just based off of the very little that I know. And feel free to help me out because the message is what I'm trying to portray. Not an educational authority, not nothing. I'm just an old country boy. That's it. So, first of all, I'm going to say it like this. And when I say me, I'm talking about we. Because we do it, I do it, and I have no problem criticizing myself. You can't criticize nothing else if you can't criticize yourself, right? I got a lot of fucks in my life. Whole bunch of them. In the eyes of others. I've never been to prison. Not a felon. So I can't be, well, I can only be me. Just like you can only be you. But our influences are what create us, right? Our influences, and obviously our history, whatever we've had to endure. All of us individuals. But we become a group when we walk out in the public. We know what it feels like to go through all that extra just to get the little bit that we're trying to get, right? And all the time, now I'm talking about history now, I'm talking about our history. Not their story, the story, right? Let's go back to the beginning. Mother Africa. No matter what we call ourselves, Brazilian, it don't matter. Cuban, we're all still from Mother Africa. We are all African, period. As a species, let's say. Now, there is no way that, first of all, let's get the racism thing out. Let's throw that out. Racism it's diluted. If you don't like a Jew, you're anti-Semitic, right? So how come if you're anti-Negroid, let's say that, if you're anti-Negroid, that'd be anti-African, right? It'd be anti-African. So white supremacy is anti-African. It's not anti-African American. Because the same shit that's happening in America is happening globally. There is no difference. Hidden a little bit better by some. Throughout religion, which comes far behind the African. Far behind. When they first stumbled upon the African civilization, they couldn't believe how peaceful it was. It's written in the words of a white dude. European dude. Let's just say European. And he said, dude, that the only way to destroy that civilization was to make them feel inferior, to bring in their teaching. So in other words, to be the snake. They had to work their way in. Start convincing other people that, oh no, you should follow this because this is what it says right here. And until they convinced them enough to allow them to get a foothold. Now, what's the first thing anybody that's not melanated has said when they showed up at your family reunion or barbecue or what? Yeah, nobody was mean. It was so nice, and everybody was so greedy. Make sure I had something to drink, had something to eat. Because that's not in their nature. They come in wanting to take shit, and when they see that you're willingly giving it to them, they don't understand that. They don't understand it. Now, my last video, I talked about conditioning. And I'm talking about the conditioning of the black people, the Africans, because we are all the same. I don't care. Brazilians don't walk around calling themselves African Brazilian. But this is the thing. That African, because trust me, you'll see a video or two maybe in here when I say, don't even call me African, just call me black, because neither one of us got a home. I said that. And I watched that video a few times. And after I watched it a few times, I thought to myself, well, why in the hell would I do that? Why would I want the African part taken out? It's the first part. It's who we are. I don't want to be white. You want to be white? You look. Hey, most of the people who will, or hopefully, family will see this. Hopefully. They know who I am. And a lot of them don't really care for me too much. And I know who they are, most of them. And it bothers me about the same as it does when anybody else don't care for me. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, just figured I need to say that. So nobody thinks that I'm perpetrating some kind of fraud. Because when I talk about family, I ain't necessarily talking about blood. And the reason I ain't talking about blood is because I know how my blood has treated each other since they were first influenced. Now, we all know those who think real high of themselves. They don't do nothing. Criticize people about what they think they did or doing. We all got them. We all got them. And this is the thing about it. They just as scared as the other ones are. They're just as scared. Oh, don't say nothing. Oh, don't piss that man. Oh, he hit, boy. He's gonna mess around and they'll show him. Well, you know what? What's the difference? What's the difference? When you know that somebody is trying to do something to keep you from gaining ground, do you keep messing with them? Would you have people, because there's always the ones that tell you shouldn't do it, you can't do it, that's not possible. It's because they've been beaten down. They can't understand that the shoulders that we stand on right now were all rebels. They refused to die. They refused to break. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. None of us. The strength of us. There's like 60 billion of us. And you know why we ain't got no ground? You know why we can't just all call Africa home? Like the Europeans call Europe home, Italians call Italy home. It's because we're divided. And look, dude, we are everywhere. We're in the hospitals, we're in the courts, we're in the governments. How come we ain't focusing on the African? How much money is that? How much power is that? If we're putting ourselves together. If we're in a group anyway. We're in the group. We're in that cage. So it doesn't matter whether you're standing over on that end of the cage, I'm standing over on this end of the cage, we're all still in that same cage. So why in the hell ain't we getting together and we all lean on one side of that damn cage and see if we can't bend something? Move something. 60 billion people's got to be a lot of money. In the U.S. currency, in the BRICS currency. There's a lot of money. And this is the thing. We got the advantage of being in both. We have the advantage on being in both world banking systems with all the people. Now, the powers that be can do a whole lot of things to stop a whole lot of crap. But we put all our power together, it'd be hard to stop because we're everywhere. We're everywhere. There's something that ain't got no business being out in front. Because this shit's serious business. I ain't got no business being out front. I can guarantee you that. I ain't got near the knowledge I need for that kind of shit. I'm just no country boy talking to my people. We know that it ain't no better for somebody like us in Europe. There ain't no, look at Palestine. That's all you gotta do. That's a world history right there. You know, first we gotta get the freaking idiot out of the way and get on the other side of this freaking election. But we also gotta realize how many of them son of a bitches was with him. That's right here. Dude, this is still basically apartheid. Just because we get to run around from state to state and all that bullshit, still window dressing. They say that the police in the United States, on average, kill 3 people a day across the United States. They kill at least 3 people a day. Now, out of those 3 people a day that they kill, 2 of them are of some kind of ethnic background. How in the hell can that be a national average for police departments? Because they're military police departments. They're trained to believe that all citizens are criminals first. That's why you go through all the extra bullshit over a ticket. You gotta ask you all these damn questions. Look, man, you wanna write me a ticket because I got a fucking tail light out? Write the ticket because I got a tail light out, and I go pay the damn ticket, fix the tail light, and it's all said and done. Don't worry about where I'm going. Don't worry about where I've been. Don't worry about who's in my car. Don't worry about none of that shit. Write me my damn ticket and move on. You're wasting my damn time. Well, sir, you sound awful. Why are you so angry? Because I go through this bullshit every day. Every time one of you bastards get behind me, I already know that I'm going to spend the next however many minutes possible fucking hours dealing with your ignorant asses. Like I don't know what you're doing. Like you slicking somebody. Oh yeah, I understand. Man, don't try that dumb shit. We ain't kids. But there's still a lot that are conditioned to think they gotta take that shit. I'm gonna take that shit. You disrespect me and I am absolutely letting you know that I don't give 2 damns about what you think. then I'll let you know what I think. Because the people that raised me, and I'm not just talking about my mom and dad, I'm talking about all of the old timers that put a little something in my head and told me a little something. And then I'm talking about my life history of living in a white town. I know the shit I had to go through, and you know the shit you had to go through. And we know the shit that anybody who looks like us has had to go through. I don't give a fuck what part of the planet you're on. So this is what I'm saying. Now all this shit is just off the cuff. This is just me turning this damn thing on and taping what I think. And 85% of the, no, 100% of the time, I don't edit shit. You get it just like I'm thinking it. So what I'm saying here is we need to get our asses out of our, get up, quit thinking that me shit, and start thinking that we shit. We need to start looking for companies that don't back this shit that's going on, all this war, all this killing, all this sanctioning shit. Anybody involved in that kind of shit, we need to boycott their shit. I'm talking worldwide. I'm talking worldwide. That's what we need to do. If they won't make that shit stop, let's just stop the flow of money into those businesses. It ain't that hard to find out which businesses support war. Not that hard. Anything affiliated to them, we shouldn't buy it. Start growing our own damn groceries again. Hell, it's a food desert anyway in the cities. See, as long as they keep you starved out, you can't think and you can't grow. That's why all these guys are finding it so easy to go out in the street. They ain't got the energy. They ain't got the ability to even have the nutrition to fertilize their mind. It's all by design. We need to start growing shit. I'll make you a deal. I'll start coming up with ways. Not coming up with them, they're already out there, but I'll start setting them up. It won't matter whether you're in an apartment. If you got just a little bit of ground, I'm gonna help you grow some groceries. We're gonna try to do this some winter crops. See what we can grow. I'm in the Midwest. I don't know exactly what kind of zoning that'd be, but I'll find out. I'll find out. We'll see if we can't grow something. Get something started. Get our kids fed. Because they ain't gonna do it. And it don't take that much work. Even if you're handicapped. We'll set something up for that too. Now, I'm still gonna name this No Whites Allowed. But for those who, because curiosity is just gonna get you, ain't it? It got you, didn't it? This little quiet elevation. Let's elevate.